Ying, what up, my friend? Thank you for joining the live stream. Two more prospects today. Michael, what up, man? Thank you for joining the live stream. Okay, I'm gonna start in a minute. Finishing here. Capo, what up, brother? Thank you. Bruno, what's up, man? Just finishing here so we can get started with two prospects today. So good, Michael. That's good, man. Get that test pushback. Okay. What up, my guys? Thank you for joining us live stream today. Is it the 13th? April 13th. I don't know what day in the quarantine is, but it's long. This quarantine is long. Gonna hang in there. We're all surviving this. Anyway, so today we got two prospects. Like I said, if you have any more prospects, let me know. The draft cannot get here soon enough, but I will also say as soon as the draft is over, we're gonna deviate for the next phase, which is what's now. Soon as the draft, like right now we're like doing mocks, anticipation, all this other stuff, but as soon as the draft is over, what now? Which is a sad place to be. So I'm hoping as soon as draft is over, the virus has toned down so we can all get to some sort of a normalcy as much as we can. A lot of people are battling through tough times, so if you can help anybody, go ahead and help them. Anyway, so let's do the quote of the day. Says, never give up on something that you can go a day without thinking about. Never give up on something that you can't go a day without thinking about. This is from Winston Churchill. Hopefully I didn't botch his last name. Bruno, I don't know who suggested it, but I already did. James Proche, or Prochet, I think it was what it's called. God damn, man. Oh, I haven't done Robert Hunt. Oh, he's in my list. I haven't done Robert Hunt. John Hightower. I haven't done John Hightower. Okay. Anyway, so the other thing is just to light the mood, we're gonna talk up here. I'm just gonna give you the headlines, and then you can go and find this story. This story is from February 28, 2020, so not that long ago. Florida man sets hospital bed on fire to get nurses' attention. Florida man sets hospital bed on fire to get nurses' attention. And the other one is Florida man Sexually assault stuff Olaf though at Target. What's wrong with Florida people, man? What's wrong with this guy? Not this guy. They're guys. It's just the Florida Man webpage. It's just funny. Anyway, that was from October of last year. Go look for them. They're funny. They're funny, but at the same time sad. Anyway, the other thing we're gonna talk about before I break these prospects, and today we have Van Jefferson and Jonathan Greenard. So we went with the Tigers. And the Tigers with the Gators. I went Gator sign, Tiger name, whatever. Yeah, man. Florida man. Anyway, so the first one is from a it looks like it came out today, or maybe it was last night. Joe Klatt. Joe Klatt is from SS1 or from Fox Sports. So I'm not gonna read the whole thing just because I got pissed off here when I see mock drafts that do this, and I'll tell you the truth. I'll be pissed off if this happens. He has us drafting DeAndre Swift. I'm not hating on DeAndre Swift. It's more like, why DeAndre Swift? Like AJ Epinesa, okay, he got drafted. I don't know, because he doesn't have the people that will behind us got drafted. Austin Jackson, Ayuk, Christian Fulton, and Delpit. I'll take Delpit over DeAndre Swift. The Demon, what up, brother? Yeah, man, I agree. Is Van isn't in my mock? They're not complete. I love him that much. Damn, Bruno. I think it's a good value. Usually third or fourth round. Okay, so Joe Klatt, I think that was a shady pick for him. Now, this is for NBC Sports Bay Area. So this is from the 49ers area, the NBC. They have us trading up with the Aints, which I think is actually not bad trade, meaning from 20 to 24, the compensation might be a fourth, and taking Patrick Queens. If we like both middle linebackers, can I see us doing that? Maybe, because in this mock draft, Kenneth Murray got picked 22nd, so you're just trying to get one of the two. So no, so I haven't made a big board. The problem with a big board for me is I haven't studied positions that we don't need as much, right? So for example, tackles, I glanced at them. So I'm gonna probably put people that I watch more film on them higher. The quarterbacks, I glanced at them. The receivers, I can probably put my top 5 receivers. The defensive linemen, I can put my top 5. Some of the safeties that I think could be playing some hybrid roles, I scouted them. Edges for sure, linebackers. So that's why I haven't put a big board. That's true. I haven't. Shout out to you, Alexi Tyrone. I haven't done Cesar Ruiz and Kush. So I might have to just put them in the same video, Cesar Ruiz and Kush. Now you're fine, man. Don't worry. I can never spell. So, hey. So now, from those two, I wanna move up to, Ebony Bird. He put up a mock yesterday, by Darren McCann. I like this mock a lot. Like if this is the pick. If this is the draft, which there's no trades in his. Love it. Okay. So first round, pick 28, AJ Epinesa. I think that will be great. Round 2, pick 55, Michael Pittman, very solid. Round 3, a guy that I haven't done my whole review, Robert Hunt, but I know a lot of you guys like him. So need base, good. I think it's a good overall. Logan Wilson, this is another guy that I had to add. Wilson. And the other guy that I had to check is Brooks from Texas Tech. because a lot of people talk about Brooks. Logan Wilson, he writes a 3-year captain who plays with intelligent physicality. I'm not sure that he's the explosive of some of the top tier projects in this class, but he sure is everything else, rarely out of position, and seems to know when to take risks behind formidable line in front of a lockdown backfield. Wilson can really shine in Baltimore. So that's Logan Wilson. That's his pick 92. Picks 106, a guy that I like a lot, Bradley Anai from Utah. I remember watching Bradley Anai in the Senior Bowl, and I love what he did in the Senior Bowl. Pick 4, round 4, Lynn Bowden, wide receiver at Kentucky. And the other round 4 is Ben Bredesen. It's not that I'm not big on Ben Bredesen, but if you went Hunt, I don't know if you want another interior lineman with that. Might have been BPA. I'm not seeing the whole draft. He just put picks. And then at the end, we have Javelin Guidry from cornerback from Utah. And then the last pick is a tackle. But the first was 4 or 5 picks all the way to Bredesen. So we Epinesa, Pittman, Hunt, Wilson, and Bowden. The first 6 picks. Wilson, I don't know much about Wilson. I need to study him a little bit more. But Anai, I like. And Bowden, I like. So, yeah. So that's what I said. Brooks. I need to do my review on Brooks. So let me see some of your comments here. So you have Swift, and so my problem is not with Swift, it's us picking a running back. That's the whole thing, Bruno. I don't think either will be there by 55. The more the draft gets closer, I'm really thinking we're getting Rieger or Ayuk. That's not a bad pick, actually, in the second round. It's just, for me, first round, both of them, I don't think they should be picking the first round. Shout out to you, William Brown. Instead of trade up in the first, do you think we trade into early second, give up away both of our third? So, William, let me see if I understood. Pick the first round and then take both thirds to go to the second. If that's the case, I think it's more likely you pick the first and then you take one of your seconds and patch it with a third and then move early second. That's possible. For sure. Smodius, what up, brother? Thank you for joining the live stream. Who y'all got? Logan Wilson. And Jordan Brooks. I got you. I need to like I said, maybe I can put them in the same video and we can talk about it a little bit more. We could get someone who drops out of the first and still have 2 other seconds. Yeah. I see what you're saying. A team for the early, so it will have to be like this, William. So let's say you pick 28th, right? And then let's say I pick 36, right? 38. They're gonna ask you for your pick 55th and then a third, and you trade up. And let's say a 40-something, you want to trade up, then boom, you have to give up your other third, second, and maybe a fourth. And then if you want to trade up again in the late second, they're going to ask for that third plus maybe your other fourth. That's how it will. That's what it would be. Nobody in the early second round will say, "Here's my second. Give me your 2/3." I'm gonna double check something. I have a table here just to confirm that I'm not misspeaking here. So let's say we want to trade up to pick 38. That's 520. That's some 520 points, right? If you want to get pick 28, if you give them your 2/3, you're not even in the ballpark. You have to, you can give them your 2/3, 2/4, and the 5th, and you're still not in the ballpark on value. Okay, shout out to you, J. Will. So what happens is, let me do this here real quick. I'm gonna calculate the value here. So if we're trading to pick 38, let's say we stay at 28 and we'll want to pick 28, right? So that has an accumulated 520, and our pick currently is 350. So if you want to go from 55 to 38, you have to give up your 55th, right? Your second pick, and then you have to give up your second and your early, I guess, and your third, and then they will give you, and then they will give you their 7th, right? So basically, to go from 55th to the Panthers 38, you give the 55th pick, you give up your 92nd pick, and then you give up your 4th round pick, and then you get a 7th, right? So swap seconds, you give up a 3rd and a 4th, and you give back a 7th. Hold on, let me show you guys the table that I'm using. Hold on. I'm gonna copy here, paste that here. So when I do manual draft, this is the table that I use as a value table. It's the reference Jimmy Johnson table. Let me see here. I've been targeting Vitus Kintley and Onwenu in the 4th or 5th. I agree. Who would you take, Ayuk or Rieger? Could trade back into the early second if Rieger is still there, or we stay at 55 and snack Ayuk. I think Rieger's a little bit better. I saw better catches from Rieger than Ayuk. If you don't use pick 55, you lose all your 3rd and 4th to get a 2nd. I mean, yeah, that's what I said. It's still not enough. Cole's got an early 2nd round pick. Maybe we trade back with it. It's one of my favorite trades. Trade back with the Colts. I agree with you, J. Will. I just feel trading up in the first is overrated. Fine. I don't disagree with that, William Brown. You Wiz, what up, man? Thank you for joining the live stream. And Bruno, there's my there is the table that I was using. So anyway, so that's roughly what 55th will get you, right? That is important to know. This is why I think, for example, a trade that I like to make a lot is trading Baltimore's 1st round pick, which is 660, and the 55th pick, right, for the Colts 34th, and where's the other one? Okay, one of my favorite picks is almost even. So it's trading back the 28th to the 34th, and then going up from 55th to, where's this pick? To the 44th. So we have a net, so we lost 6 picks on the 1st round, but we gained 11 on the other side. Now you have early 2nd, and then you are at pick 44. This is how in my latest mock draft I was able to get Cushenberry and I forgot who the other guy was because I picked at 34th, and then I think I traded back to the 38 pick, to the 36 pick with New York, and then from 44th I traded up to 38 and got Cushenberry. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, exactly. That's one of my favorite trades, King. I think that is a trade that you make. That way now you have 2 early seconds. You still have your late second. I think that's spectacular. I think that's very realistic in 2 scenarios. The Colts have a wide receiver there that they love, or even better, Love is still there, and you can trade with them so they can get Love. They get that extra year and all that. And at that point, they're not losing any picks. They gain a first, and then they have the other 2. because the Colts don't have a first round. So is there a way to use this table for the Lamar Jackson draft to see the value and such, just for fun? So the thing is, for I mean, I can check what was the Lamar trade. When you put future picks, those are so Lamar Jackson was 2018 draft. Okay, so let me see. So Lamar, so future draft, that's you're trying to evaluate what's gonna happen. Yeah. Hold on. So we got. Let me put it here so I can keep track of this. So we got 32nd and 132nd, and we gave up 55th and 125th in 2019 third. Okay, so now, I mean, in theory we can gather all the data here. This is for GWiz. Here you go. So 32nd, so we got that one, and we got the 132nd. That's 40 points. Okay, and then we gave up the 35th, the 52nd. So we gave up the 52nd, the 380. Oh man, 380. And then we gave up the 125th. Where's that 125th? Okay, and then the next year we gave up a third. So if we want to check that out, right now the Ravens look like they made a hell of a trade. Independently what the number said, you got your starting quarterback. So in the third we gave up Eagles. Oh, it wasn't a third, it was a second. It was the 53rd. Okay, and then the 53rd here. So we had a net loss of 167 GWiz in that trade. So I mean, still got your starting quarterback. Usually this table here, people tend to pay more than this table, because if you're trying to trade up, that means you're a little bit more desperate, right? But this is the table that I use to manual trade. Usually, we could go back later maybe if we had time. Oh, the Steelers and Broncos trade last year, because that was a team. Actually, let's do that now. That was a team that moved up from 20 to 10, right? From 20 to 10, we can see how much they gave up. Steven Watt, sup bro, enjoy watching your stream. You and Joe together have me dying. Keep up with good work. I appreciate that. Hopefully you guys have fun. By the way, I can just say I'm not sure what we have planned for this Wednesday, but next week is draft week, right? And I would say my other channel, which is an AFC North Talk, we're gonna have a mock draft. Me, Quincy, Ace, and Tony. So all different teams. We're gonna have probably like a 4th round mock draft. Come join. Usually we just trash talk each other. It's just fun. And obviously next week I'll be streaming here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the morning, and Friday in the morning. So I'll stream all days in the morning. So in the morning we'll take care of reactions of the first round and all that. Thursday night I'm gonna be streaming that night with Nubo, and then Friday night I'm gonna be streaming here. But anyway, Stephen Watt, thank you, brother. Thank you for the donation. Okay, so well, damn. But I guess Lamar will. Yeah, man. It doesn't matter if you overpay for the draft compensation. Doesn't matter, because as soon as you have your starter, that's all that matters. Okay, so last year the Steelers traded to 10. because a lot of people want to go to the top 10. I want to show you what they did. They gave up the 1st to the 10th, and here's the 20th, and they got the 52nd, and a 3rd this year, which we can calculate what it is. Okay, so the Steelers. Hold on, because I need to figure out what is that number. Okay, here's one. Okay, if you hear a barking in the background, I apologize, my dog. So it looks to me that it is from San Francisco, from 83rd. Okay, from 83rd. So let's calculate this now. So they got the 10th. That's a big value. This is for the people that this is from 20 to 10. They want to trade up. Okay. They gave up the swap first, and then they gave up a second. The 52nd pick. Yeah, a second. 80. And then, what pick did I say they have? 83rd. Fuck. They have a 105-point loss. Heard about Tarvaris Jackson? No, I didn't hear. What happened to him? Is it worth? Okay, hold on. But I guess. I see you're in the military. See what? I got in trouble one day wearing my Ravens helmet to formation after 2012 Super Bowl. Hey, that's a good story. It was worth it, really. But yeah. Okay. So what happened with Travis Jackson? I'm not sure. Please, G-Wiz, comment there. So I was saying, so the Steelers had a net loss of -105, which, hey, that's not bad. No way. Hold on. Oh, man. Well, RIP, man. Damn. That sucks. Man. Why do I wait to start in the morning, man? It's sad to hear that. It sucks. I cannot see here in the news, but whatever. I'll check up later. Yeah. My condolences to the family. That is definitely tragic. That sucks. Okay. So anyway, there is some scenarios of trading up, how much it will roughly cost you, and all that good stuff. Okay. So let's go get in with our prospects. By the way, if you're I need to put this in my social media. I am partnering with Fanatics, so if you're buying anything for yourself from the Ravens, merchandise, I'm gonna post my link of Fanatics, and then that way you can buy, and I can get some commission for that. It won't cost you more. So, where's my prospect thingy? Okay, here it is. Okay, Van Jefferson. Like I said, I went all Gators today. And I have my list. It's already creeping up. So, Van Jefferson, 6'2", 197. It's good size. 49 receptions, 657 yards, 6 touchdowns. You would think with 49 receptions, you want it to be, 800-900 yards, in my opinion. If he was a big splash guy, which he's not. Against Virginia, 6 receptions, 129 yards. Against Georgia, 2 receptions, 31 yards. LSU, 8 receptions, 73 yards. Auburn, 1 reception, 10 yards. He's a transfer from Ole Miss, so he was there with DK and AJ, and he was the other guy. So, let me see. My pros for him. Route running is insane. Love him. technique. I mean, he is not as good as Hudie, but I think he might be the second best in this draft class. I love a good route runner because dude doesn't have speed, and we'll talk about that later. But just he can get open on the route running ability. Awesome hands and snatches the ball. So a lot of times he has to stretch his body to get that ball. He snatched that ball, then brings it in. I didn't see him letting the ball come to his chest that much. So I love that. Remember, I always say catch it here and then bring it here. Don't basically let the ball. You know how many times Humphrey has denied a catch because the receiver's just waiting for the ball to come in and then like clutch it, right? And Humphrey just pushes it out. So you smash it and then you already have it tight and bring it in. So anyway, my boy does that fairly well. Great 50-50. So 6'2". He fights for the ball. He's a dog. He definitely is a fighter. He's strong. Dude is strong. I'm 197. You can see the dude is strong. He's okay at blocker. I think he just needs more technique in the blocking side. As I was saying, he tries. There's not a lack of effort. He just tries to put the block in it, but it happens. I think he just needs to clean that a little bit more. My cons for him: he's not super explosive. Don't look for him for explosiveness. I don't think he has the speed to go for the outside receiver. Usually, outside receivers are more speedy. I don't see that second gear. Yeah, and a lot of people. I was talking to somebody, and I told them this, and but I said in the highlight, in the highlights they put the one or two plays where he went off, and then the other thing is, he all these colleges play against a lot of crappy teams, right? Well, that skews your highlights. This is one of the reasons I always try to show you what he did against good teams is for you to see Auburn only 10 yards. Georgia only 31 yards on 2 receptions. Virginia 6 receptions, that's good. 129 yards, that's really good. And LSU is, 8 receptions, 73 yards. That is really good, right? And you tell me, hey, we play against the Steelers. My dude got 8 receptions, 73 yards. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. But anyway, he doesn't have that second gear. But if he can make the catches, if he can get open with route running, and let's be honest, Lamar doesn't necessarily always put the ball in the numbers. And he can, like I was watching again in Florida, he can stretch, he can go back, he can grab it. He has sticky hands. If he can do that, he's gonna be Lamar's best friend. That's what Lamar wants. I think he is better suited for the slot. I know we have Willie, but Van Jefferson, I think it should be a 4th round. Basically, if you like these two guys, this is your 4th round selections, right? We're gonna have the 4th round of the Gators. But anyway, dude is good. I like him. He's a baller. He's a dog. He's a fighter. He plays like a Raven. It's just he doesn't have that speed. I know a lot of you guys have been talking let's build a track team. Let's build a track team. That's not it. He's not it. But I like him. I would draft him with the 4th round. I will definitely draft him with the 4th round. Okay. Now, I will post the questions for the people here in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, let me know. Would you draft Van Jefferson in the 4th round? Maybe you can look at schools together to save time. So looking at Michigan, for example, you can evaluate Reese, Menu, DPJ, and DPJ the same athletic perspective as Mims. So that's why I have these two here today, Michael Gibbons, because they were both Gators. So King, you definitely need attracting, but I think he will be good for the underneath. Like, I can see him. Look, let's say man coverage, you put Hollywood. Let's say you drafted another speedster and you put him on the outside, and you have our boy Manders running a post. This is in a 3rd and 7, and you have Jefferson on the slot on the other side. Let's say Jefferson goes as an out route, but what he's doing is fake it, plants that foot, curls in, and now he's wide open. More easy completion to the middle, and you don't have to be a speedster to gain 3 more yards, right? So let's say a 5-yard throw, 6-yard throw. It was a 7-yard. All you had to do is a 6-2 fall down the other way. Boom, first down. I think he will be a chain mover for you. I think he can also be a target in the red zone. In the red zone, where I think a good route running can definitely put you open more than a speed, right? Speed is good for between the 20s. Between the 20s, you want speed. As soon as you get the red zone, you need catchability and route running. And this dude has it. So I think I like what I saw from Van. I think 4th round pick, he will be spectacular if you can bring him. Laviska Shenault, Calvin Grant. I do have a video of Laviska Shenault, and I apologize because I was going to do this. Let me do this now. Because I've been doing it, but I forgot. Playlist. And I haven't done any more my playlist because I've been consumed with this show. But here's all my playlists. You can see them. What was it? Who was it? Calvin. Laviska. I have a video of Laviska and all the other prospects that I've done, just videos of them. Jefferson will be a good complement. Giro loves comeback routes. Yes, I'll take him. And for the slot, we just need another outside speed. Yeah, so he won't be your outside speedster. He won't. But curl routes, as Michael was saying, like I say, out and curl in, right? Faking a slant and go, faking a post and go out, right? This dude can do that. He, like I said, he's not as good as Judy. Judy's insane. Judy's my favorite receiver. He's not as good as Judy, but dude is solid. Dude is good. And it's in the 4th round. You're looking for people that obviously has flaws. If he didn't have flaws, he would have been in the 1st or 2nd round. Dude has flaws in the 4th. I think he's well worth it. I will draft him with my 4th round pick, and which I have before. Who's the best blocking receiver this year in your opinion? That's a good one. That's a good one. I will hope. Oh man, I'm trying to remember because I've done so many, and like I tell people that then there's a point that I will have to go back and see my notes, and I'm not the most organized person, as you can see my little papers. I have papers all over the place. Like I have papers that I write all over the place. Yeah, you see, I'm not organized. That's what you guys have given me. There's more names around there. So, but if I remember correctly, Jefferson was good. Not Van, but JJ, Justin Jefferson. Oh man, I will have to go back to you with that, William. I have to go back. But for me, there's receivers that don't put any effort on blocking. That's the ones that I don't want to see here. I want to see the people that put effort. And because at that, let's say you have effort, but you're not doing great, but maybe you just need technique or people to show you. And if you're a good student of the game, you're gonna do it. You're gonna be able to do it. Boykins is nice, and I don't like how we include me. Slick disrespect him. Okay, I'll talk about Boykins before I talk about the other one. Boykins gonna get more snaps this year. Boykins blocked for several TDs. I agree with that. I don't think we disrespect Boykins. We just know our window is now. And we can't wait for him. He's going to get his opportunities, but need to put... Okay, more weapons around Lamar. Okay, so G-Wiz. I'm not going to disrespect Boykins. If anything, the one that I disrespect a lot is Jaleel Scott. Because a lot of you guys love Jaleel Scott. And I keep saying to you guys, I have seen nothing from Jaleel Scott that tell me, oh yeah, this dude can ball with them. No, nothing. But Boykins is a guy that I love. And he can come and impact next year. My problem is I'm not going to even count Chris Moore. He doesn't count for me as a wide receiver. He's a special teamer. But we have Hollywood, we have Boykins, we have Snead, and then who? We have nobody. You need more than that. Boykins can be an elite player. Let's say he becomes an elite player. That doesn't mean that we don't need another receiver. We are super thin. Hollywood goes injured, boom, who do we have? Boykins goes down, who do we have? Jaleel Scott? Is that the guy that you are depending on? That's why we need receivers. I think Boykins, even if we draft a guy, let's say we draft, I don't know, Mims, for just for giving you a name. Let's say we draft Mims. Does that mean we're not going to use Boykins? No. Boykins comes, he works hard, he learns his craft. If he's balling, do you think the Ravens are going to sit him? No, they're just going to rotate with Mims. And Boykins has Boykins has a year in advance over whoever comes, right? So that's important. Boykins, all he needs to be doing right now is working. I like Boykins a lot. I think he has a lot of potential and a lot of promise. Same thing with Claypool. Both of them promise potential. But whoever we bring, even Van Jefferson, you bring Van Jefferson, Boykins, like they won that depth chart. Van Jefferson is under Boykins, no question. Boykins had a 1 year advantage of them. Boykins does hell of a job in the blocking side on the running scheme, and the coaches appreciate his effort. And second, he showed flashes. See, I have faith in Boykins. Now, you talked to me about Jaleel Scott. I haven't seen anything. I don't understand what Ravens fans love about him so much, but I don't see anything. But anyway, this is no disrespect for Boykins. This is you just need receivers. You had almost nothing in receivers. Okay. Says, oh man, I had to step out for my favorite day 2 receiver. What was the con? Explosiveness. Let me give you my cons for explosiveness. I don't think he's an outside guy. So if you're looking for him to be an outside guy, I don't think he can be. I mean, you can line him there for a moment or two, but your outside guy usually not only explosiveness, needs that speed. I don't see a second gear speed. So once he catches it, I don't see that like go away. I don't know what he ran his 40, but I don't see that like top end speed. And I forgot to say this, production. This is something that worries me. He doesn't have a lot of production in college. And that is something that I always find fascinating, funny, or whatever. That I'm expecting these receivers, especially the Floridas and all the other bigger school, to have good numbers. Their quarterback, you might say your quarterback's not good, but still it's better than most quarterbacks in college football. It's a reality. So yes, I will. His numbers, they were very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. So let me see here. But Bruno, I did say that I will draft him in my 4th round, not day 2, day 3. I'm fine with a later wide receiver, not a first rounder, or trade out for one. In reality, this is need last year. Exactly. We need to draft a slot receiver. This is the other point. Yes, this need last year, and he could potentially fit behind Snead for sure. Do you think Jaleel Scott will be on the team at the beginning of the season? It depends how many receivers we have, but he needs to contribute more. Now, this is something that I said I had no insight, so don't say SCG say no. No insight, no quotability. I think we're gonna have a very light season this year, not during the regular, but the preseason and OTAs and training camps. I think for 1 year, the NFL is gonna give the ability for teams to expand rosters, because if you don't have a lot of practice, you might see injuries and you might see all this other stuff. So I think the NFL will let the teams expand the roster even more. And if that's the case, Jaleel Scott makes a team. If not, then no. I don't think he will be on the team. In reality, no, wait. Do you think Jaleel Scott will be on the team? Okay, that's the one. Week 1, no. To be honest, I'm more concerned about outside or inside O linemen. Okay. I said to a lot of people, my whole thing with inside is, if Skura's ready, you're more than good enough for the Lion. If Skura's not ready, you're thin. But if Macari takes a step up from last year, and you're hoping Powers is the guy for the right guard side, he learned from Yanda last year, then you're fine. And you will see what EDC and coaches think about Macari, Skura's health, Macari, and Powers, to see how they draft. Like if they draft guard with the first 3 picks, one of them is not playing to par, and that's why they draft that high. If they draft 3rd round or later, it's depth and competition. Man. Okay, here it is. Mark works better with receivers with big catch radius because he tends to overthrow high. That's Jaleel Scott's only chance. Facts, he won't be there. I'm down for trading up or drafting wide receiver early. If Judy falls to 20, you trade up for him, no questions asked. I've been lucky to get him in the third. I normally take him with a pick 106. Okay. Obviously, inside O-line and linebacker are more important, but if one falls, you hop all over it. You give your MVP QB a star wide receiver now. You have Hollywood and Judy. It's ugly for the NFL. 129 is fairly big jump to get Van Jefferson. How do you feel about Jonah Jackson second round? I think Jonah Jackson is okay. I think that's Munsa. Shout out to you. Thank you for joining. I think Jonah Jackson is okay. I just think Jonah Jackson can be Ben Powers. So you have a Ben Powers-like person already. Unless Ben Powers just was horrible in practice, and that's why you haven't put him much. But it all depends who's there. And like I said, day 2, we're going to be here reacting to every pick. I remember we were predicting when we trade up, we will trade down. Who are we going to pick as players? I remember saying last year's live stream, hey, I think this is the time. You go up, trade up, get Metcalf. We wish we didn't, but whatever. Come join me day 2 here, SG Sports. Okay. I'm not sure how reliable Draft Network is. They have Pittman sliding to the 4 sometimes. I drafted Kinlaw at 28, so I'd take him at 28. Love it. Just watching the O-line last year, Yanda did what 2 O-lines do every play. That was huge. That's why I'm so concerned. Don't disagree with you. We'll see. What do you think about Nirai Moody? So Moody, I haven't done my whole thing for Moody, but the little that I've seen, I can see why Mox had him going late. I'm not the biggest fan. DeAndre Davis, good morning, brother. How you doing? We really haven't seen Powers yet, though. I think we drafted him knowing that Yanda might retire. That's what I'm saying. What King is saying is exactly what I'm trying to say. You have Powers that the reason why he might have been inactive and not Macari is because Macari could have be a center or a guard. And in a game that everybody's going healthy, you want the players with more versatility, like Hurst was, Jane Hurst, or Jane Worst, as I knew I used to say. But anyway, he could go guard or tackle. Macari could go guard or center. Hence, got injured. Hence, Macari was center. Now the question is, now are they again? The first 3 picks will tell you how they feel about Yanda. Because if they're super concerned about Powers or Macari stepping as a guard, they're gonna go up and get a Cushionberry, Cesar Reese, one of the top guards / centers. If they're not as concerned, you will see that guard pick 3rd or 4th round, late 3rd or early 4th. That's what I'm thinking. Do you think EDC will double swing on the position in need like he has done in the last 2 drafts? In 2018, he swung on tight ends, and last year he double swing on receiver. So first of all, Willie, that was Aussie that did the 2 tight end picks. But yes, I think we go to wide receivers. I think he does wide receivers. Wait, I mean, our depth chart. Let me see if I can pull the Ravens depth chart. And with this, I need to talk about Greenland because our show is almost at the end. Man, can't spell Ravens. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, wide receiver. So this is our wide receiver. So we have Hollywood, Snead, and Boykins. Anthony Thomas, you're not going to use him as a wide receiver. Jaleel Scott, you're not going to use him as a wide receiver. Sean Monster, he's a practice squad guy. Wesley, again, these guys, none proven, none of that. So you really had 3 receivers that had some sort of proven. 2 of them are coming from their rookie year. Super young receiving core. This is why I think they are going to double dip on the wide receiver side. William Brown, you saw my questions from sub. Okay, so it's not for me. Okay, so let me talk about Greenland. Jonathan Greenard. Sorry, not I don't know why I always call him Greenland. Greenard. 6'4", 262, 9.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 1 interception. Against the University of Virginia, he had 1 tackle, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble. Against, oh man, I forgot to put the LSU in. He had 9 tackle against Georgia, 6 tackle against Auburn. And let me see if I can tell you what he did against LSU. Okay. Let me see if I can give you what he did against LSU. LSU has a good line. It's important. Oh, I see. It looks like he didn't play against LSU this year. It's funny. Okay. Well, anyway, so this is my pros for him. Pros. Oh, this is a con. Why did I put this in the pros? Hold on, because I already messed this up here. Okay, so pros: great use of hands. He is a powerful dude. He has a great motor, great tackler. He has a knack for forced fumble. He has 3 forced fumble. But he has a knack to try to pull that ball or punch that ball out as I was watching him. He was also a transfer. He was a Louisville. So the one was Ole Miss. This was a Louisville transfer. Great motor. Awesome against the run. He can definitely close the gaps quick. My cons for him, he needs more move. As I watch him, he needs more moves. He tries, but he needs to get better move. He has good hand placement. He had, good abilities with the hands. The problem is spin, bull rush, the cross chop. He needs to develop those. I don't think he can be an outside linebacker in the next level. He doesn't have a very explosive. He doesn't have explosive. People call it first step. I call it getting off the ball. So he doesn't have that explosiveness as soon as the ball snaps. He doesn't. But you know who he reminded me as I was watching him? Corny Upshaw. He is, I think Grenard is a strong dude. I think you put him at 3-4 and running situations on the outside backer position, or try to see if he can be a more 3-4 guy. Although 6'2", you want that DN to 6'4", you want that DN to be more. Well, 6'4" ain't bad. 6'4" ain't bad, but then he would have to put at least 20, 25 more pounds to be a DN. But yeah, I like him too in the 4th round. This is a guy that can be also good for the 4th round. Sorry. Saniga. Yeah, I watched a little bit of Saniga as I was watching Greenard, but I'll put him here. Fernini Jennings. I know a lot of people like him. Bobby Blaze up. What up, man? Thank you for joining. Hold on. I guess I missed a bunch of questions here. I like us to add 4 or 5 players to the front 7 and 3 or 4 offensive wide receiver. And all like. I mean, yeah, we're gonna add. I think D-line and edge a couple. I'll say at least. I would call it at least 3-4. Well, if you include middle linebacker, yes, you're gonna be between 6 and 7, between D-line, edge, and middle linebacker, in my opinion. Wide receiver 3 to 4. In O-line, yeah, that sounds about right. Any chance we get Northern wide receiver Claypool? I mean, there's a chance. I think Claypool in the 3rd round is where I like him the most, but we'll see. He killed the combine for what I heard, so we'll see. I think Boykins can do what Claypool can do. I mean, Claypool looked to be better in college, but I think Boykins has the potential as well. I think we get a receiver in the 2nd and one in the 4th. That is a good. I think that's a good bet. Claypool, Bogan, Kasema, King, Brenton. So I need to check out Fernini. Okay, so I'll do those. Anyway, my guys, I'll try to, since I already started, I don't know. I started Suniga, I started Brooks, and Chin. I don't know who I'm gonna have tomorrow, but I'm gonna have two new prospects tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Okay. Like I said, thank you for joining this live stream. Thank you for the person that donated. Appreciate all you guys. Stay safe. Draft season is coming. One day this week, we're gonna have podcasters from different parts of the world, not the world, the states. I think I'm gonna have at least 3, maybe 4. So we're gonna do one big mock draft. It also gives you a perspective of what they think. They're listening to other people over in their part of the state, so that is coming. And I'm gonna have my 2.0 complete draft, 3 rounds. Yeah, I did 3 rounds last time, 3 rounds with trades, so stay tuned for that. And anyway, guys, thank you. I appreciate everybody. Please, before you leave, go give that thumbs up. Like I said, I appreciate everybody joining. See you tomorrow. Peace out.